Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? I'm Olivia Reid, and I'm 35 years old. Today, I'm here to share a very personal story from my life with you. A story that changed me, showed my daughter a new path, and revealed a harsh truth about family relationships. This story might be familiar to many of you. Perhaps you'll find yourselves somewhere within it. This isn't just my story, it's my little daughter Remy's story. It's a tale of how we fought for ourselves against the bitter experience of favoritism within the family. The story began about 3 years ago on a Thanksgiving dinner. As was tradition, I brought my 7-year-old daughter Remy to my mother Victoria and father Richard Hill's house. As you know, Thanksgiving dinner is incredibly important in American families. My parents live in a large, always immaculate, aristocratic house in the suburbs. The dinner table was filled with delicious food and the lively chatter of family members. My older sister Savannah, her husband Caleb, and their 3 children, Owen, Chloe, and Madison, were all there. Savannah's children were discussing their Christmas and Thanksgiving gifts. Owen's latest gaming console, Chloe's branded sneakers, and Madison even got her dream quad bike. My mother Victoria proudly recounted their ambitions and success stories. Laughter and cheer filled the air. And right there, in a corner of the dining table, sat my Remy, quietly. In her hand, she held a small cardboard box containing a set of pencil sketches. It was from the dollar store, costing only $5. In that moment, Remy looked at me and whispered, Mommy, did I do something wrong? Why is my gift so small? Those words pierced me like sharp arrows. I held Remy's hand and said, No, honey, you didn't do anything wrong, but Grandma and Grandpa might have. My heart shattered in that moment. I was brought to tears, thinking about how alone and worthless my little girl must have felt in this big family. That afternoon took me back to the difficult days of the past. 3 years ago, my husband Mark passed away in an unexpected accident. All our dreams, all our plans ended in an instant. After Mark's death, my life changed completely. I was working as a freelance graphic designer, and the struggle to raise Remy alone began. There was financial pressure, emotional pain. I had to manage everything by myself. I received no meaningful support from my parents. When Mark was alive, our communication with them was quite good. Mark was very vibrant. His presence even softened my mother's stern demeanor a bit. But after Mark's death, it seemed my struggle wasn't important to my mother, rather her social standing was. My mother forgot Remy's birthday twice in 8 years, while every birthday of Savannah's children was celebrated grandly. My mother would proudly post pictures of those celebrations on Facebook. I often heard, Olivia, you're a freelancer, you have plenty of time. But they didn't know that freelance work doesn't mean regular income. I had to work day and night to pay for laptop bills and Remy's school expenses. The only real support in my life came from Mark's mother, Remy's grandma Judith. She lived in a small town in Texas. Judith was an extraordinary woman, one of a kind. Every week she would call Remy. She listened attentively to Remy's drawings, her favorite trees, and her school stories. Grandma Judith never forgot Remy's birthday. Instead, she would send handwritten cards and small gifts every year, filling Remy's heart with joy. For this Thanksgiving, Remy was very excited. She had spent 2 weeks creating a beautiful watercolor painting for her grandparents, a sunny garden where the 3 of us were playing. She had carefully rolled it up and tied it with a ribbon. She hoped her grandparents would be happy. But at the dinner table, no one even looked at that painting or Remy's creativity. After dinner, Remy's melancholic face weighed so heavily on me that I couldn't bear to stay there another moment. I quickly took Remy home. Remy fell asleep in the car. As I drove, I thought about all the neglect and favoritism of the past. It felt like the silence could no longer be endured. Remy needed to know that she was valuable. I had to break this silence for myself, for my daughter. The next morning, I tried to talk to my mother on the phone. My mother initially dismissed it, complaining about my unnecessary sensitivity and trying to change the subject. My father also called me, telling me not to upset mom and to just move on. I realized that talking directly wouldn't help. Then my Uncle David, sent me a message. He forwarded a screenshot of a post my mother Victoria had made in the private Hill family Facebook group where she described me as overly emotional and drowning in grief, advising others to keep their distance from me. That post felt like the final blow. I decided I would stand up against this silence. I wrote an open letter, which I emailed to the entire family. The letter contained no accusations or anger, just 2 pictures and a question. On the left side were the expensive gifts of Savannah's children, and on the right side were Remy's $5 pencil sketch set and her neglected handmade watercolor painting. The caption simply read, "This is what Thanksgiving looked like for my daughter. In your eyes, is this family?" That email stirred up a storm in the family. Initially, there was intense backlash from my mother and Savannah, who accused me of destroying family unity. But unexpectedly, relatives like Uncle David and some cousins stood by me. Uncle David mentioned that he had noticed Victoria's favoritism for many years. Slowly, things began to change. Attendance at my mother's lavish family functions started to dwindle. Savannah eventually asked her mother, "Mom, why didn't you get Remy a nice gift?" My mother replied, "I forgot." Savannah then told her mother, "No, Mom, you didn't forget. You chose." I was truly surprised to hear Savannah say those words. I sent a message to my mother. "I love you, but until Remy is treated as an equal member of this family, I will not attend any family events." My mother responded by saying I was breaking her heart, but she offered no acknowledgement of Remy's feelings or the injustice towards her. In the following months, many things changed in my family. Grandma Judith opened a college savings fund for Remy, along with a letter mentioning Mark's artistic talent and telling Remy that her talent was just as valuable as her father's. Then my father, Richard, sent Remy a professional camera set, and for the first time, a handwritten card arrived for Remy's birthday from Richard, which read, "Happy birthday, Remy. We are proud of you." I was surprised when I saw that the collage included old family photos of Richard, which I had never seen before. For the next Christmas holiday, I hosted a small gathering myself at my modest apartment in Sacramento. Grandma Judith flew in from Texas, Uncle David and some cousins joined. My mother and father didn't come in person, but they sent Remy a professional watercolor set and a beautifully framed collage of Mark's childhood photos as gifts. When my father, Richard, called, Remy spoke on speakerphone. For the first time, I heard him say, "Merry Christmas, Remy. We love you." I had never heard those words before. Remy was no longer sitting alone in a corner of the table. She was laughing and playing with her cousins. Remy now knew she was a part of this family. From this experience, I learned one thing. Silence isn't peace, it's complicity. When you silently accept an injustice or neglect, you are, in essence, endorsing that injustice. As a result of my fight, Remy received an education that no gift could have given her. She is valuable, and she always was. He family may not have completely transformed, but it's a sign of a new and honest beginning. And I believe that those of you facing similar situations have the power to break your own silence. Your children are watching how you fight for them. Thank you, everyone. I hope my story has inspired you, even if just a little.